Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I am Dawn and Monty is not here today. Well, I know it's been so long. I have missed you all. I hope you guys have missed us or me. Yeah, there's just been a lot going on, and sometime in the near future, I will update you on what's been going on. It's just been a few health issues, but also like a few other things, which I will probably talk about it sometime. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing great. We have had so many updates, in the past 6 months, since we've made a video. My baby girl just turned 3 day before yesterday, and my older one turned 4. We took her to Disneyland. And she got to meet Jasmine, and they were so excited. And my little one's birthday party is coming up this weekend. She's just all into princessy things, and I'm just enjoying being a mom. It's been great. But another big update that's happened recently, starting March 1st, is Disney has asked, I work for Disney has asked its employees to get back to work in person 4 days a week. Some teams don't require that, but my team has. And I kind of just wanted to chat about it because when I first heard the news, I was a little, kind of upset. And it was a little bit hard for me to do because, I've gotten used to being home. I take care of the kids primarily because Monty's job, literally, he's out 12 to 15 hours a day. So it's been kind of hard for me to accept the news and also try to figure out, okay, now what am I gonna do? It's like mom mode, problem solving. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys about it today, and that is what this video is about, so stick around. So one of the things that has happened over the past 3 years is that I started making my own oranges. How cool is that? And how great for my husband and kids, right? We have a ton of oranges in our backyard, and they used to be sour oranges. So we never really used them till recently. I had this idea of like, hey, why not juice it? And I bought this electric juicer. It's been amazing. So anyways, fresh juice. Homemade without those extra additives. How cool is that? All right, anyway, so coming back to this work from home thing. So we've had to go into the office, and they're really flexible in terms of hours that I've had to work, and I love that. I've told my boss that I need to leave earlier because traffic in LA is just really crap. So I've asked to leave by 2:30, which has worked out great in terms of LA traffic. So I'm able to be at least on my side of town to pick up the girls. The only thing is in case of emergencies and stuff like that, it's I don't know, it's a drive. It takes me about an hour and 15 minutes to get to work one way. So I just want to kind of talk about the pros and cons, and also hear you guys out. So this is more like a woman work from home situation, right? So some of the pros that I've noticed, and I'm sure you moms, wives, husbands, whoever out there have noticed, is like some of the main thing that I love about working from home is the flexibility with my kids. Honestly, like sick days, I don't need to get childcare. They can be home and I can be working from home, especially for those women, or people that don't have sick days at work. It really sucks, honestly, I know. And these kids are always sick. My kids have been sick nonstop since September. So they have literally been home. It's a juggle, but at least I have that option, And another thing is like if they go on field trips or like missing out on moments, little moments when they're in the house, or just being able to like have the flexibility to pick them up from school at a certain time, drop them off at a certain time, like that kind of things, So like when it comes to kids working from home, I am able to make my own schedule. I can work from home like a certain number of hours, and then when they go to bed, I can work, the rest of it. And I love that. Honestly, the flexibility with kids is the biggest thing. And the second thing is like, I think is working, and I think about working from home is you don't have to deal with like office politics, like honestly, right? Or if you're kind of antisocial or don't really want, like an introvert, I guess, you don't need to see people. You just see them on Zoom and turn off your cameras, right? So like, it's great. We love that. And the third thing in LA is commute time and gas money. Those are two huge things. And gases are so expensive right now, and I prefer not to spend that money on my car. And also the commute time. It takes me on an average every day that I go into work, it takes me an hour, 2 hours, 15 minutes, depends, give or take. And it's quite a lot, right? So like, those are the pros that I love about working from home. All right, so some of the cons. I mean, there's also definitely cons to working from home. I know all about that also. I mean, one of the biggest con I think is that I never get some free time. I feel like when I have free time, I want to do grocery shopping. I want to make it productive, or like I need to do some cooking, or I need to do cleaning, or I need to go work out. I mean, I don't know. And I feel like the list is endless. Like there's always something to do when you're home, right? And then because you didn't work on full day, you feel like, okay, after the kids go to sleep, here you are working again. It just never feels like you have a day off, honestly. Like, and another thing is like productivity, you know, you have to be really good at not procrastinating, making sure like everything is like set, scheduled, you know, especially when it comes to work, that, you know, your productivity doesn't really suffer, right? So that's kind of an important thing. And in my opinion, it's kind of a con. As much as we're all humans and we, you know, kind of crave human interaction outside of Zoom. And Zoom is great, but it's not the best, as we all know. So it's like we feel isolated in a way, you know, and I feel like I think beginning time it was a bit like that for me, where I felt like, man, I wish I could see people. I wish I could talk to people face to face about life, not just about work, you know, like you have friends at work, that kind of thing. So, you know, you miss seeing them face to face. So, I mean, those are some of the cons in my opinion. So I'm going to quickly talk about my experience, what has worked for me, what has not, and maybe give me some tips on you guys out there who are moms and busy, or dads and busy, and, you know, what do you guys do to make your everyday schedules easier, right? One thing I do is meal planning. My husband and I have a notes in our iPhones that we share, and I actually write out, okay, this is what we're gonna eat Monday through Friday, and if there are days that are empty, it means figure it out, like, you know, that kind of thing. I can't figure every single thing out. It's stressful. Number 2 is grocery shopping. I love Trader Joe's, but they don't have an app that actually uses Trader Joe's, as far as I know, that does shopping with them. So I need to physically go into Trader Joe's, which I don't mind. But I also use Amazon Fresh, I use Ralph's, and, you know, it's great, and they deliver, or I just do a pickup, whatever it is, right? And so maybe I spend less money than walking around the aisles, getting stuff I don't need, you know, stuff like that. So anyways, those are some of the things I do in terms of like meal prepping. When it comes to working out, you know, I'm really still trying to figure that out, quite honestly. I haven't been to the gym, and I finally got an elliptical. And so I'm hoping that, you know, when I have early, like if I get back to the side of town earlier, I'm able to just work out at the gym for 30 minutes, you know, or the elliptical for 30 minutes and quickly go pick up the kids. Another thing that's been great is that I am able to leave work earlier. So I've already talked to my boss about it, and whatever hours I don't cover at work, I just have to cover it later in the evening. As long as my work is done, you know, it is okay, right? And so that is I think how managers also need to look at it. So anyway, so there is the whole meal planning, there's the grocery shopping, there's the working out, there's the whole to-do list, right? Like, oh, I need to run an errand to plan this party that we're planning for Sunday, like little things like that, things that need to be done. Those I try to do either when I'm back on this side of town, or I try to do it from work from home days, like today. You know, I'm working from home, so I'm going to try to get a few things done, or tomorrow. Fridays are work from home days with Disney. So, I mean, those are some of the things that have worked for me. You know, I still get overwhelmed, honestly, when kids are home. Last week was rough. Like, Amara was home all week, and, you know, and Ahana was home for half the week. It really just drove me up the wall a little bit, not gonna lie. But that is a reality of being a mom, quite honestly. And I know you guys know the struggle of managing or balancing your work life with being a mom, and honestly with being a wife, partner, girlfriend, like whatever, right? So it's just a lot, you know. And I really pray for God's guidance. Sometimes I'm just like, I wake up and I try to have some kind of like me time with God, and where I'm able to just sit down, focus my mind, and just be like, God, lead my day today, you know, like literally, like give me favor with whoever I come into, and show me how I need to do today, because I need your grace every single day. So those are some of my tips. What are your tips? Please let me know in the comments below. I've missed you guys so much, and I'm glad I'm back at it again. See you guys next time.